Click the links for Odysee, Bit Chute, the Discord. Definitely get on the Telegram. I think Telegram is kind of the way to go forward because there's no censorship. Download it from telegram.org. If you're on Android, set your phone to allow installation this one time from unknown sources, and you will be able to use the Telegram without the censorship that's imposed on them by Google and Apple, or support channel through the various links. So this is, what was that movie, The Pod People? It had a bunch of famous actors in it, including Leonard Nimoy. The plants come down to Earth and they start replacing people one by one. That was a fantastic freaking buildup of tension. But I forget the name of the movie. Was it Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I think? And then I think there were remakes that were later called like Pod People, which were like lower budget remakes. So the ACL is not the ACL anymore. If you remember the Skokie case, the right for people to march. The ACL used to protect American civil liberties. They had these principles. They weren't on a team. They were the principles. They were defending the free speech, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, the relevant amendments that are part of our everyday life. Quartering soldiers is not part of our everyday life, but cruel and unusual punishment might be, and the other ones definitely are. Free speech, absolutely. They have slowly shifted away from, they don't protect the Second Amendment anymore. They stopped that a few years ago. They openly just decided that we're not going to do that because they decided. It's so freaking bizarre. It's not bizarre when you see who runs the ACLU now. It's the same people who control the ADL, SPLC. They're massive globalists. They're anti-white globalists. They do not think that we the people in the Second Amendment is the same we the people in the First Amendment. Like, you're not even trying to fool people. But they're getting, they're controlled by a, I'll let you look up who's running the ACLU now. It's a person with some very serious issues, but they're getting a lot of big left-wing donations coming in, which pays their salaries, but they're not the ACLU. There's another organization that is kind of starting to replace them. I think it's called FAIR. They're on Twitter. They're like they're more of a nationalist ACLU, but they do protect American civil liberties. With the ACLU, it's like, so if we're on the right and we want to do a Second Amendment march, can we talk to you? Nope, we're not doing that anymore. Oh, so you're no longer the ACLU. You're just a globalist organization. Yeah, they're just a globalist organization. ADL, SPLC, and the ACLU are globalist controlled. There's Soros, Rothschilds, Schwab organizations. So the ACLU is slammed for opposing curriculum transparency. They've come out in opposition to curriculum transparency. It's taught to kids, the syllabus and that kind of stuff, what you were going to teach the kids. The parents should be in charge of, the taxpayers and the parents who are paying for those schools should be in charge of what gets taught to the kids. And this concept of, oh no, the teachers are the experts. No, the parents are the ultimate educators. They should absolutely 100% be in charge of what gets taught to kids. So the ACLU comes out with a hot take that doesn't get a whole lot of support. It's that curriculum transparency bills are just thinly veiled attempts at chilling teachers and students from learning and talking about race and gender in schools. If you're the ACLU, you shouldn't care about that. You should be defending the principles of the civil liberties. In fact, even on this issue, well, they have, of course, a prior history of defending transparency, and then they've switched over the years. So let's go to where it says this some of their older cases, how it started, how it's going. ACLU a few years ago says there could be no accountability if there is no transparency. To how it's going today is, we can't have transparency. Here's the thing. They say, okay, CRT is not being taught in schools. Okay, then why are you scared? Why are you against transparency? Shouldn't you want to show the parents and get parental approval of what's being taught in schools? No. Well, then, if you're afraid of investigation, the truth doesn't fear investigation. If you're afraid of investigation, then you're hiding something. We don't think the parents should be involved in the education of their kids. Well, there's kind of 2 points of authority or cause of action here. 1, they're parents. That's the most important thing. 2, they're taxpayers. That's the second thing. So in terms of standing, They're the parents who are paying the bills for the education. And let me repeatedly say, they are first and foremost. The parents should absolutely be determining what gets taught in the schools. Oh, you should just send your kids to private schools. They're paying for schools via their taxes. They should determine what gets taught to kids. ACL is, there's that scene in the movie where the Asian woman, I think it was shown in Chinatown in the 70s, or in San Francisco in the 70s. The Asian woman goes, my husband is not my husband anymore. And she's trying to explain, God, that movie was great. Anyway, yeah, the ACLU is not the ACLU anymore. America is not America anymore. America ended at the latest, I say 1965. The best we can do now is try to take Idaho and Oregon or something. Anyway, check me out on Telegram, Odysee, and Gab. Definitely get on those. Those are the free speech platforms kind of going forward. Or check out the Subscribestar. I'm putting more based videos that might violate the Bit Chute and Odysee terms of service on Subscribestar because it's a paid service. Nobody's going to complain because they're not going to complain of incitement to something if they're paying for it. It would kind of be weird. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.